Hi-ho, it's Silver, and welcome to this week's Happiness Hack. I heard an expression this week that got the wheels turning in my brain because I had never heard it before, and I love it. The expression was nutritious self-talk. Isn't that a great concept, nutritious self-talk? I am often saying that we pay all this attention to what we put into our mouths, whether it's that we're trying to eat better, or we're planning what we're going to have for dinner, or we're out at a restaurant and we leave caution to the wind and we order whatever we want from the menu and then feel guilty about it afterwards. But we give very little thought to what we feed our minds. And we need to make the diet that we're feeding our minds much more nutritious. And that's where nutritious self-talk comes in. Now, you're always talking to yourself at some level. And oftentimes the talk is from your inner critic. It says things to you like, where's your head at? This stinks. You're so far behind, you will never catch up. And if you're wondering where that came from, I can tell you that for me, it was early training at my father's knee, because my father had a very strong inner critic of his own, and he turned that on his children because he was trying to improve us. And it didn't feel like improvement. It felt like we were being criticized. So one of the things you need to understand with regard to self-talk is that you can argue with your inner critic. Yeah. If somebody was saying those mean things to a friend of yours, wouldn't you argue with that person? But yet you're saying them to yourself and you're taking it as if, you have no choice when you do. So think about how you'd want to defend that friend, saying things like, you will make mistakes. And so don't beat yourself up. You have a choice. You can say to yourself, you're an idiot, or look, stuff happens. You'll do better next time. Choose self-compassion, just as you would choose compassion for somebody you love. Choose self-compassion because hopefully you love yourself. If you don't choose self-compassion, you create a breeding ground for shame, self-hatred, and other such emotions. And remember, whenever you have those negative emotions, what happens is your brain hears it. It releases all those ugly chemicals into your system that make you feel worse. So self-talk is really important in terms of how you're feeling physically. So how about saying things to yourself like, you can do it, step by step. Good job. I don't think we say good job to ourselves enough. We're always looking for somebody to tell us, somebody external. But here's the rub. You cannot attract something from somebody else that you won't give to yourself. So until you're willing to tell yourself good job, you're unlikely to attract it from somebody else. And what I've noticed is that sometimes other people will say it to you, and because you don't agree with it, you can't even hear it when they do. So don't expect to be motivated from the outside. You've got to be self-motivated. And motivational self-talk impacts performance. There are numerous studies on using positive self-talk to improve athletes' performance. 93% of Olympic athletes, these are Olympic athletes, use positive self-talk and visualization to improve their results. So if it works for the Olympians, imagine what it'll do for you. So don't expect it to be motivated from the outside. And if you want praise for anything, you must first praise yourself. Remember, you get more of what you focus on. And when you're focused on what your inner critic is saying to you, it doesn't feel good. But when you're focused on things that you are doing well, which is most of it, by the way, most of us do probably 90% of our lives really well. What's wrong with those stats? So use a loving, compassionate voice to talk to yourself. And remember, if you find yourself beating yourself up, then argue with your inner critic because, you don't have to take that. Simple as that. And this is Silver saying this is another happiness hack, which is go for the nutritious self-talk. And remember, you deserve to be happy, and it is possible. Bye for now.